So I don't know if this music at Starbucks is too loud or not, but I wanted to get on here and explain a few things to people in the public and just people that have known me in the past that you may not even know about me, that I just recently kind of came to knowledge on when I remembered, because trauma can make you forget things. And anyways, so when I was 16 years old, I had my first panic attack, and it involved like seeing like pictures of people living their lives like flashing before my eyes at 50 miles per hour, and for some reason that scared me, and so I screamed and yada yada. But what people don't know, some people don't know, is that I was not diagnosed with bipolar disorder. I was diagnosed with panic attack disorder. So I was given bipolar meds for up until now. I was given bipolar meds because the doctors assumed that because it ran in my family and my dad had it, that I had it, and that, eventually she'll get worse. Eventually it will be bipolar. They had told me that it was panic disorder. I wasn't old enough to get the diagnosis of bipolar. And then as time progressed and I turned 18, they eventually just told me I was bipolar, even though I was not bipolar. I was very traumatized by what I had gone through in my life, and it was not bipolar. So that's what I'm trying to say to anybody who may have judged me in the past, been like, oh my gosh, she's so manic, she's so psychotic, blah, blah, blah. That's been because of the meds. And the thing is manic comes from the panic. A lot of people get manic, a lot of people get stressed out, and they don't know how to express it whenever they're panicky. So there's a difference between having a panic attack and screaming and starting to see things, rather than staying up all night, maybe 4 days, or like going to bed really early in the morning instead of at night, and then the next day having a range of different moods and having delusions like you're not yourself and all that kind of stuff, like the things that my dad actually struggled with, because he actually had bipolar. So I hope that this brings awareness to some of the things that you may have seen on my haters page on YouTube, my psychotic breakdowns from the lithium and everything, because for a bipolar person, lithium would have worked. For a bipolar person, Abilify would have worked. For a bipolar person, all the different meds they tried would have worked. But for me, it didn't work because I was never bipolar. Also, I don't have borderline personality disorder. I also just want to add that what my hater has done is evil and awful and horrible, and I'm about this close to taking legal action. Right now, I don't feel like I'm in a place where I can emotionally handle it. However, if I do become in a place where I can emotionally handle it, and it still goes on, and there's still fake accounts, and there's still videos, and there's still lies, and there's still all this defamation and slander, then yes, you can better believe it that I will take action, and I'm not going to let this go on for another year. I was livid when I remembered the trauma after leaving Cliff. I was livid. But then I was able to calm down a little bit and ground myself and be like, I don't have to even pay attention to it. So, and to think this all happened just because she didn't want me to be with Israel. That's really stupid. Just really fucking dumb. But anyways, I'm over it. Not really. But like, the reason I thought that anything happened between them was only because of my own, like, panic disorder. That's what it freaking was. I believe I've been sexually molested in the past, and I thought that he was going through the same thing. And I don't just believe I was sexually molested, I'm pretty sure I was. I mean, you forget a lot of things because of the trauma, and I'm just going to keep saying that. You forget a lot of things when you go through trauma. And if you just go through more trauma like I did with Cliff, that makes you forget it even more. So it's not until you get out of all the trauma that you're facing that you can remember your past trauma, and then you can start working through it. So, one of my kind of failures at being human and all that is that I will literally leave one relationship, like I left Michael, then he left me permanently and all that, and go to the next one, Israel, without healing in between, which that affected me in Israel's relationship a lot, because he could tell I wasn't over Michael, and who would be? I mean, it literally been the same month or the same year that Michael had just left. So one of my goals in the future is to, first of all, I don't see myself getting in a relationship for a long time. I just don't. After everything, it's just not even worth it to me. But if I were ever to get into a relationship, I would have given myself the time to heal between, and that matters. It matters what you do, because you basically you have to think about the way your behavior is going to affect others. And I never meant to, like, move too fast, really. I had liked Israel for a while, but I thought we were just friends, and he had a different idea. And then once I figured out he had a different idea, I was like, oh, okay. And my blood left permanently. So, like, I had the choice to do whatever I wanted, and I always wanted Israel. I fell in love with Israel. So all those bullshit haters, all those people saying all this fucking slander, all this fucking defamation, like, I never got pregnant with Israel's baby, it's fucking bullshit. I hope you go fuck yourself, because the test was positive. And I'm not going to keep going into it. I'm not going to talk about the fact that I blocked out the trauma of the miscarriage. I'm not going to talk about the fact that I've had 3 miscarriages in my whole life with 3 different guys. I'm not going to talk about that, because it hurts too much to talk about. So I'm just saying, like, people need to really stop. They really need to stop, because they've taken this too far. Yes, I have mental illness. I believe everyone does to some degree. I have panic disorder. I don't have bipolar. The manic comes from the panic, and I'm not going to explain myself any further. If you don't understand, if you don't like me because of my disorder or whatever the hell you think, then you don't have any right to be in my life, and I don't have any obligation to keep you there.